These are Toronto's previous mayors. We have the infamous Rob Ford, the crackhead. We have John Tory, the womanizer and cheater. And then we have, lastly, the residing current mayor of Toronto, Olivia Chow, who's more useless than tits on a nun.
You asked me a question back in May, and you can repeat that question.
The question we asked you back in May?
Yeah.
Can you explain
the video didn't
You asked me a couple questions, and what were those questions?
Do you smoke crack cocaine?
Exactly. Yes, I have smoked crack cocaine.
When,
But
sir?
no, do I? Am I an addict? No.
When have you
Have I
smoked
tried it? Probably in one of my drunken stupors, probably approximately about a year ago. I answered your question. You asked the question properly, I'll answer it.
How many
yes,
times?
I've made mistakes. All I can do now is apologize and move on.
Well, good evening and thank you for coming. I want to update Torontonians on a difficult personal matter. During the pandemic, I developed a relationship with an employee in my office in a way that did not meet the standards to which I hold myself as mayor and as a family man. The relationship ended by mutual consent earlier this year. During the course of our relationship some time ago, the employee decided to pursue employment outside City Hall and secured a job elsewhere. I recognize that permitting this relationship to develop was a serious error in judgment on my part. It came at a time when Barb, my wife of 40-plus years, and I were enduring many lengthy periods apart while I carried out my responsibilities during the pandemic. As a result, I've decided that I will step down as mayor so that I can take the time to reflect on my mistakes and to do the work of rebuilding the trust of my family.
Now let's take a look at what actually happens down at City Hall in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And you'll be amazed how stupid, inconsiderate, and ridiculous Toronto City Hall is becoming. The video I'm about to show you shortly will show you how incompetent, utterly incompetent the politicians are at City Hall. So before we start in this video, I just want to explain something. So this is Toronto City Council meeting. The City of Toronto purchased 2 fully electronic ferries to go over to the island for an estimated cost of $63 million for 2 ferries. But what the people did who bought and purchased the ferries did not think about buying or where they're going to put the charging stations. They forgot to buy charging stations. Their budget was $63 million. And guess how much the charging stations cost? Another $49 million. Just watch this video and you'll be blown away like I was.
Different DCMs, different everybody, different mayor, decision to actually purchase that went through council. And was there any provision at that time for inshore infrastructure or any charging facilities?
Madam Speaker, no, not at that time.
Not at that time. So I believe that when we came back to look at the final price tag on the ferries, I think at that point a motion was moved saying, what about the inshore infrastructure, which had been contemplated but never costed, correct?
That's correct.
And at what point did we discover that if we're going to buy electric ferries, they have to be plugged in? At what moment did that light bulb go off?
Madam Speaker, in July 2024, we brought an updated number to Council through the variance report, identifying $42 million for shoreside infrastructure charging that would be required with the 2 electric ferries.
However, The actual charging inshore infrastructure was we have to move the dock wall, we have to make space because they're big ferries. The actual cost to plug them in wasn't contemplated until recently. Am I correct or not?
Madam Speaker, I can answer that that is correct. And in July, it was still an estimate at that time for what those costs would be.
I'm not talking about an estimate. I'm talking about if you're going to buy an electric car, would you not think you'd know where you're going to plug that in order to make the purchase, correct?
Correct.
So none of the assumptions about docking, charging, anything related to these ferries were made from the previous administration, the previous mayor, the previous senior staff. It hasn't happened until now. Am I correct?
The capital plan started to identify electric infrastructure that would be required in the 2024 capital budget.
Oh, I'm talking about earlier. I'm talking about when we decided to buy these.
That's the earliest I can trace back to it.
Well, 2019, there was a decision to buy electric ferries, but no decision to have inshore infrastructure that met the size, no decision to make to have a charging facility. So that's all new and in front of us today. I think I'm right about that, correct?
That's correct.
Thank you. Different CEO, different DCMs, different everybody, different mayor.
Though if you think police officers got paid a lot of money, each city councillor in Toronto makes over $170,000. We need to revamp this whole place. We have to bring new blood in, new ideas, and stop this old school corruption bullshit. And we have to get rid of this mayor, Mayor Olivia Chow. She's pathetic. And she doesn't leave her basement, it seems. She's non-existent when it comes to the city of Toronto, helping the community and doing her job, which she's not doing. And then we have Chief Myron Demkew, who in my opinion is by far the worst police chief Toronto has ever had. And ever since he's been in office, the city of Toronto has gone down the drain. Chief Demkew, I am asking you to step down because you are pathetic as a police chief, and it seems to me that you couldn't care less about the city of Toronto. You've let it go to the wolves. This is Mad Lab Press. We'll see you in the next one.